Hi everyone, welcome back or welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Amy and I'm about to start my third contract with Disney Cruise Line. I cannot believe it's nearly time for me to fly back out and go and join the ship again, and I also can't believe this is going to be my third contract. I have almost been with Disney Cruise Line now for a year and it's crazy. It's a really surreal experience, but obviously before I can leave I have to pack my suitcase, and it's probably one of the most stressful tasks that I have before I leave because I am leaving for 4 months. Everything that I'm taking with me is probably going to be with me for the full 4 months. So it's a lot of planning, it's a lot of prepping and organising, making sure everything fits in the case and making sure my cases aren't overweight. I filmed a pack with me for my very first contract almost a year ago now, so if you're interested in seeing that, I will leave it linked down below for you, or in one of the corners. I can't remember which one it is in, but if you want to check that out, feel free, and we can see if anything's changed. But the way that I kind of do things is very much the same. Personally, for helping me pack, I like to write down everything that I'm going to need. So I started off with writing down any station I need to take, what clothes I want to take, maybe not necessarily every single item, but just a kind of general group of kind of t-shirts, trousers, swimsuits, shoes, kind of give a little list just so I kind of know what to pack and what I might need. The thing that's been different for me this contract, or going back this time around, is I have a lot of stuff that I left on the ship when I left my second contract, which I guess is a benefit of potentially going back to the same ship. You are taking a risk that you could get transferred to another ship during your vacation, but I took the risk and I left a lot of stuff on board. So I made myself a list when I was putting all that stuff into a bag just so I knew what was on the ship. So I'll kind of pop little pictures here of the list that I have, but there's quite a lot of stuff on the ship that's there that I don't need to bother taking with me, which saves a numerous amount of time. Now, because this is also my third contract, I kind of have a bit more of an idea of what I use, how much I use, and also kind of what's available close by to me. The good thing about our Galveston embark is we have a Walmart and a Target really close by, and the way that our schedules work, I should have a good enough chance to get off and go to Target or Walmart to pick up on any other things, which is my plan once I get there, is to get off as early as I can, have a little list and go pick up some stuff. Now, because I have things on the ship and I have things that I plan to buy, there's not as many toiletries as I probably would want to take with me this time, but I am an overpacker and I usually like to take things that I know would last me like a couple of weeks, just in case I don't get a chance to go off, and then if I need to I can order if I don't get to a shop. The first thing we're going to do is pack up some toiletries, so we'll start off with like kind of fragrance things first. I'm going to use this bag from Primark. This came in a 3-pack, but it's really good. It's a really decent size bag. The good thing about this bag, and what I also use this bag for, is kind of my overflow bag. So I'll put this in my bathroom cabinet and I'll put any kind of extra things that I'm not using at that time. So extra razor heads, I'll sometimes put the extra kind of dermablane tools. I'm trying to think what else usually goes in here, like extra shampoos, conditioners, shaving gel, anything that isn't currently in use at that time that I maybe have an extra one of or had to buy because I was running low, I put in here. And it's really narrow, so it sits really good in the cupboards, because if you've seen a cruise ship cabin you will know that they're not the biggest and you don't have a lot of space. I honestly usually always overpack when it comes to fragrance stuff because I know what kind of things I like and I don't know if I'm going to be able to buy any more. I'm going to take 2 Bath & Body Works ones. These ones are kind of like half full, which probably isn't ideal, but I like them and they're really good. This one I got last contract. It is the Strawberry Snowflakes one. I think this was like a limited edition range. I think it's actually one of the Christmas ones. It's one of the Christmas ones, but it smells amazing and I didn't get to fully use this up last contract, so I thought if I take it with me this time. I like to keep one in my work bag, so I always have like a body spray on hand, so I usually choose whatever one's the fullest and also smells quite strong. I will take that with me and it will live inside my work bag, so I never have to stress about putting one in and out. So I'll probably put this one in just because it's half full, and then we'll open up and use another one, so one might stay in my overflow bag. If I am correct, I believe I also have a body spray on the ship. I think I left one behind just in case, but I can't fully remember because I made a list, but I was so stressed at the end I just started tossing things in a bag that I didn't want to bring home with me. And then I have another one which is at the beach. I got this my first contract, so this was when I was in Canada. I picked this one up. And then 2 new body sprays that I haven't yet used are the Sabrina Carpenter ones. I bought the original Sweet Tooth perfume right when it got out. I think I actually got given it as a gift, and it was one of my go-tos. It's one of my favourite scents, if not my favourite. It smells so good, so I had to go and pick up the body spray. I had like a miniature version of this body spray, but we've picked up another one. And then I also went and picked up the caramel dream one. So I picked up the caramel dream. And then to go with them, I also like to take 2 perfumes with me. I usually take Zara perfumes. I think my Zara perfumes are the ones I took both my first and second contract. This time I'm going to take my 2 Sabrina Carpenter ones. So this is the mini one of the Sweet Tooth, the original one. I have the bigger version that's upstairs, but I thought I'll take the smaller one with me. This hasn't been used. I got given this as a Christmas gift. I bought this one last week. I treated myself. So this is the Cherry Baby one. Also in this bag, just because I have a space, I'm going to put a deodorant. This is just a roll-on one and it works a treat. My roommate from my first contract used this and I ended up buying it myself and works wonders. I'm not a big fan of roll-on deodorant, but this one I like. And then I'm also going to put my Frizz Ease in here. I meant to leave this on the ship, and then when I was unpacking my suitcase I realised that I brought it with me and I was like, oops. So yeah, I use this in my hair when I'm on the ship, but just because my hair frizzes up and the hairdryer situation isn't the best. This is honestly the holy grail of cabin life, because it stands, it is so dirty because I've used it both contracts, but you can stand it up. If you charge it, it lights up. You just push the button and it switches on, and it makes doing your makeup in really bad lighting so much easier. I'm trying to balance between what I need to take with me and what I can just buy when I'm out there, but I need to be aware of there's certain things that I would use that I might not be able to get for my first like 2 weeks. So I want to be prepared and ready, and I know a lot of the stuff I'll probably need to buy more of as the time goes on, but I want to make sure that I have enough of a stock up, and if I already have it in the house, I may as well take it with me. We're continuing on with toiletries. I have my second bag. These ones, I think I got these from Superdrug, but these are so good. They are massive. They fit a lot. First thing that I have is wipes. These are just the sensitive skin ones. These are from Primark, and they, I think, literally cost me £2. I prefer to use like micellar water and like a cloth, or just to clean my face. Sometimes I'm not really a big fan of using wipes, but I didn't really want to take all that with me because that's just extra big stuff to carry. So I'm just going to buy it when I'm out there. So these will do me the trick in between all that time as well. Next is some eye patches. I honestly really should have benefited from these my first and second contract. This is the first time I'm taking them with me because I use them a lot at home. I just never took them with me last contract, and I felt a difference being on the ship. So I'm taking these with me. I will obviously buy more while I'm there, but I had 3 in the house, so I thought why not just take the ones that I already have. An essential for me, dim blending tools. I use these a lot, and I think I took a pack of maybe 6 last contract. They lasted me fine, like they last me quite a good while. So I have 5 this time, which I think obviously again should last me fine. We are having to put some makeup in here because they won't fit in my makeup bag, but I need to go through my makeup bag again. So I have my Daily Glow. I have used this for years now. I first bought this I think just before my Tenerife holiday back, and that would have been 2024 now, almost 2 years ago, and I swear by these. I think this is probably my 4th tube. These are like half full, but I honestly do not need a lot when it comes to these. So I'll be taking these with me, and I think I have another one somewhere else, so I'll pack that in as well. I'm going to take some different products this time. So these are some of the products that I'm taking that I haven't took before, so they won't fit my makeup bag, but I used to swear by these. This is the Maybelline Lifter one, I believe. And yeah, the Maybelline Lifter gloss, and I swore by these. Used them anytime I had a night out, anytime I was going out, I put this on. They come with a pencil each, and they're just brilliant, and I haven't taken them so far with me. And then I rediscovered them in my makeup drawer the other day, because when I'm at home I don't wear makeup that much anymore, and I discovered them again, and I was like, why haven't I taken these with me? Eyeshadow palette, again, is something that I think is pretty self-explanatory. I'm not going to go take a small eyeshadow palette, I'll take a big one. I have used this one every single contract now, and it does the trick for me. Also in this bag I'm going to put my lashes. I took them out of the box just to make them a little bit easier. I really like Garnier products. I think they're really, really good. I have a lot of stuff around the house that's them. And I seen them originally on TikTok, and they had like the little cake top frosting. Next one is some hand cream. This one is from Bath and Body Works. Next thing in here is just the razor head. I use the reusable ones, so you can detach like the different heads on them and you can use a variety. So I have some that are on the ship and I have bought some new ones as well just because they're a little bit different. We have successfully managed to pack that up and I'm very proud. Everything is in here. It fits and it's heavy. We're on to the final bag. I thought my toiletries would probably take up 2 or 3 bags. They usually do. I think last contract I went with 4 toiletry bags, which is insane. There's a lot of stuff in this section that I thought I left on the ship, but apparently I didn't. I don't know if I packed the bag and meant to leave it in the bag and I put it in my case by accident. I don't know, which is a bit of a pain, but it's okay. Obviously necessity. Shampoo and conditioner, and these ones are ones that I've used every contract and they work fine. I usually buy the big bottles, but for the sake of the first 2 weeks I'll buy these ones and use them. They are the smaller size. I just picked up the smaller size because I thought I'm going to buy the big bottles when I get there. I'll probably order them straight away. Something that I also thought I left on the ship was my sun cream, but apparently not. I brought it back with me. This sun cream has been with me for my first and second contract and it's still like half full. Truthfully, something I'm going to use for this contract is bio oil. I've seen everybody rave about this. My saving grace is bug spray. I didn't use bug spray once and I got bitten like 2 or 3 times. Not badly, but it was still annoying. So this is coming back with this. I usually put this in my first aid bag, but we're just going to put it in here because it's easier. Something I do bring with me is travel wash. It isn't on my list, but I do know that I usually bring it with me. I took this with Tenerife for me. It was good for kind of washing things quick. And that is our last toiletry bag. I have this other bag as well. It's like a wash bag and I just put like water shoes in here. Truthfully, I'm not a big fan of being barefoot in pools or places like that, so I like to take a pair of water shoes. It is an extra thing that needs to be packed, but I would rather take them than not have them just because it's my personal preference. And I use this wash bag as well for when I go to the pool. We need to sort out this makeup bag. I genuinely never touch this makeup bag. I've used it for my first, second, third contract. This is a bag that came with me to Florida. Everything in here is just basically good to go and it's all stuff that I use for a while prior. A lot of it I stocked up on and bought more of for the contracts, but it's all stuff that I have as like a go-to product and it stays in here. But we need to check that everything in here is good. I have added things to this over the last week or two, so I know there's some new things in here which is beneficial, but I want to make sure that I have everything. I've already double checked and we have all my makeup brushes in here. They are good. Thankfully I do have a primer that's left over. This is one of the e.l.f. ones. It isn't the green one that I usually use, but it's pretty much the exact same, so I'll bring this with me and then I'll buy another one when I'm out there. For foundation, beside the kind of CC cream that I have, I usually always take these ones. I've used these for both my last contracts. They are gross and dirty. The containers are really bad. This one is nearly finished and then I have about half of this one left. And then I'm also taking a NYX one. This is a bit more full coverage and it is a bit darker though, so I need to kind of catch a tan before I can use this or make it a little bit lighter. But I always like to kind of take a different foundation with me just in case I want to go a bit more kind of full coverage or anything. These ones are good, but they're not necessarily full coverage ones. This one is a bit better and I just take a little one because I don't need it to be massive because I don't use it all that often and it works. But these are definitely a go-to for me. Then we have setting spray. I just use the e.l.f. one, the Power Grip one. It's the dewy one. It matches the primers that I use and again I swear by these. I then have a Lash Lift Lamination Gel. I've been using this I think for my last 2 contracts as well. I did go and treat myself to a new beauty blender because my last beauty blender I used for my first 2 contracts, it was gross, it was dirty, it literally had started ripping apart, so I got a new one. And then I also bought a new case because my first case again it destroyed. I have the same bronzer that I use. This is the Physicians, I believe it's Physicians. I can't speak today. Again I've used this one. You can see how used this is because it's literally hit pan. I also have my 2 Beauty Bay ones. I have the blush and the highlighter. These are really slim, so I feel like they travel really well. What I also bring with me is a liquid blush. Now this isn't my go-to powder. This is the Bella Pierre one. I believe it's the Laura Mercier one. I use, and it's my go-to, it's my swear by, but it's so big and chunky and it is a bit more in the pricier range that I just don't want to take it with me. So I found this one. It does a trick, it works really really well, and I just have been using this for going on the ships. And then we have our concealer. This is a Revolution one. I used this last contract and it's still pretty much almost full, so we'll bring it back with this. Same for the mascara. This is the Sky High Maybelline one. I have this in like 3 different shades and I really do like it, so we're just going to bring the black one. And then I have 2 lip glosses as well. I say lip glosses, I have 1 lip gloss. This is the NYX one and it's the Lip IV. It's really really good. It is quite dark as well. And then I have a lipstick as well. And then finally I have my eyelash. Something I decided to do for this contract was do like a little hotel bag. I'm annoyed at myself that I haven't done it sooner. My first contract, we were at the hotel for a couple of days, so I was kind of in and out different parts of my suitcase. Second contract was my first time being at a hotel for overnight, and I was in and out of my suitcase grabbing pyjamas, grabbing like underwears, bras, because I pack everything like individually and it was a nightmare. So I thought for this contract, pack a bag that has everything that I need for my hotel stay, and I'll put it in my smaller suitcase as well. So I have my whole embark outfit in here, and then I have my pyjamas in here as well, which means I can just pick this up, put everything that I need, and then when I'm finished I can just put in the clothes that I travel in here, as well as like my pyjamas, and put it back in my suitcase, and it saves me having to dive in and out of a suitcase when that's really not what I want to be doing when I get to a hotel. Now I have already dwindled down the amount of clothes that I'm taking. When it comes to clothes and travelling for a long period of time, it is so hard because you're trying to think of different climates. You also still want to have nice outfits, but you're working with such a small amount of space. Like I had so many clothes for my second contract, I had to buy things to have more storage. First contract I didn't have that issue because I hardly took anything with me, but then I struggled because I hardly had anything. So I'm trying to find a good balance of this time of having things that I can kind of reuse and mix and match. I have quite a good amount of t-shirts. I like to dress up a little bit more at nights if I'm going out. Not always, but if there's a party I want to have an option to have like a kind of nicer outfit on. All of my t-shirts are packed in here, and truthfully when I originally was looking at packing stuff I did like a kind of try to see what it looked like. I had 2, potentially 3 of these in different sizes that were full of t-shirts. They're now thankfully in the same one. It does feel like it's about to burst, but they're all in here, and I'm very glad because that's one less thing that I need to stress about. So me downsizing has worked really really well, and I have a mixture of like Disney t-shirts, casual t-shirts, going out tops, and then just like plain t-shirts that I can mix and match with a couple of stuff, and it's really good. Let's jump into trousers next. Trousers, I want to take more of this contract as I don't think I'll be reaching for shorts as much. I have a couple of pairs of trousers that won't be getting packed in a bag because I'm using it for my travel day. There's another pair that I have got in for my embark day, and then the rest are in here, which has been quite good. And me being able to fit all these inside the one bag because beforehand I was doing 2, so it should hopefully now fit in the one bag. But I have some pink joggers which are really nice. I have quite a good few pairs of flares. Flares are a go-to for me, so I have a few pairs of flares, and I also picked up a pair of kind of leopard print trousers which I used for my first contract, and I have quite a good amount of t-shirts that they will go with this time around as well, so they're coming back as well, and I think that's mostly everything. These are all in here. I have my jeans on the top and the rest of the trousers are underneath. It is quite good that I've got a couple of different pairs of trousers separate, so I don't need to stress about that fitting in here as well, but these fit really really well. Swimwear is touch and go for me. I took a lot of swimsuits with me for last contract, but that was because we were in Bohemian weather, Caribbean weather more often, so we had more of a reason to use them. This time round I'm only going to take 2. I think I took 3 with me for my first contract in Alaska. We obviously have a hot tub and pool that we can use. And with my swimsuits I'm also going to pack my shorts. So I have 2 pairs of shorts that I want to take, a black pair, and I have a navy pair as well that I'll bring with me. Oh, and I have my Old Navy skirt, my kind of skirt that I have, which is like the most comfortable thing. Everything's all packed in here. This one definitely has a bit more room. It's not nearly as packed full as the other 2, which I'm glad about, which gives me faith that I can buy some more stuff in here. Let's hope. And then dresses. I'm going to put all my dresses together I am taking 2/3 because one of them's like a sports dress, but I used to wear it out quite a lot. If I was going out with friends, it was quite a nice dress just to put on. So I have my blue sports dress, and then I'm taking 2 black dresses with me. I always like to take a formal dress with me just because we have the option to dress up if it's like a special occasion. I know not everyone's a packing cube person. I love a packing cube. Packing cubes work greatly for me. I think maybe if you're living out of a suitcase more, they would benefit you more. They're obviously just for traveling with for me, but I swear by them. They honestly are my saving grace. Something I have already went ahead and packed a while ago is socks, underwear, bras. I've had these packed for quite a good while now. And here I have a whole charade of socks. Without trying to be too TMI, I have all my bras in here. We're not going to go through all that because it's not worthwhile. But I have a very good mixture of like sports bras, wireless ones, non-wireless ones, non-padded ones. As I said with everything else, I have all my underwear in here. I'm not going to go through and show you, but I have a mixture. I think the last clothes that I need to go through is just my pyjamas and then sweatshirts. So I'm going to take 4 pairs of pyjamas with me, I think. I've counted 4 and put 4 aside. One of them's already in here, so I have a long sleeve top and shorts in here, and I try and take a variety of different styles of pyjamas just because we don't know what the weather's like. Sometimes the cabin's warmer, sometimes it's colder. Kind of really just depends. So these are all packed away. I do take mostly white socks with me because that's what I wear for work. We have to wear white socks, so that is predominantly the majority of what I'll take. I would like to introduce everyone to Humphrey. Humphrey is literally one of my favourite things in the whole entire world. On the ship, this is my comfort. This is what I use every single night. I hug Humphrey so much. I don't even know how I got to name him. He just seemed like a Humphrey. He is a mammoth, and he's also weighted and he's scented. And yeah, he comes everywhere with me. He's been around the world. He's been to Alaska. He's been throughout majority of the Caribbean islands. He's been to the Bahamas. He honestly has a great time. We celebrated Christmas together on the ship, and he comes with me every single contract. The next one coming with me is Stanley. I got Stanley given to me by a friend from my last contract, and I instantly was obsessed. He's the cutest little thing ever, and he is very sentimental because me and the person that gave me this were extremely close, and he's not going to be here for my 3rd contract, and I'm gutted about it because he well and truly became like a brother to me. For some additional home essentials, I picked these up. A lot of the stuff that I have for home essentials are going to be on the ship. Already I have a bunch of organisers exactly like these ones, but I got given this one to me for, I think it was either my birthday or Christmas. I got given this one, so I'll bring it with me because you can never have too many. I believe I have 3 on board already. And then another thing I bought was organisers. My plan is to use these in the gap of my wardrobe to put, I don't know, like anything. I might use them for socks just because it's a space and I can have a drawer free for other things, but there's 2 smaller ones and a bigger one. As for bags, I'm only taking 3 kind of little bags with me. I have my kind of beach bag that I use quite a lot, and then I have a reusable kind of more waterproof one which is going to my carry-on, so I'll show you all that. And then I have my kind of over the shoulder kind of bum bag. Starting off with shoes. Shoes are something that I try and be careful of because I have to take 2 work pairs. I'm being good and I'm just bringing these ones. I say these are Converse. They're Converse style, but these are from Primark. Now, if you were to tell me literally 6 or 7 months ago that I would own a pair of Crocs, I would laugh at you, because Crocs were something that did not appeal to me in the slightest. Yeah, these were probably my most worn shoes the whole contract. I wore these for everything. They were supposed to just be for going to the beach or for getting off the ship, but I was wearing them everywhere. Like, it was bad. Another pair of shoes that I have are my work ones. These are a necessity for me. I decided to go for Skechers. I haven't worn Skechers before. Everyone I've seen rave about them. They fit the criteria that need to fit. Another pair of shoes I had to take for my job are these shoes. So I have to take like a pair of kind of pumps. I refer to these as ballerina pumps, but anything that kind of looks similar to these that are black. We do have welcome line duties, so we sometimes will welcome people on the ship, and for that we need the black shoes. I forgot to mention, but this is kind of like a backup plan, but something that I do bring with me is an extra bag. This is like quite a large duffel bag. It is one of the ones that just zips inside of here. I haven't had to use it yet. Touch wood, I never will, but this is just if my cases are really full or I'm going to be overweight, I can just put more stuff into a bag. I would rather use an extra bag than overfill my cases too much and they burst or rip or something happens to them. So this is a good backup option. Moving on to my carry-on bag that I use. It's a bag that I've used for my last 2 contracts. It is a little bit broken. The zip has came off, but it still works absolutely fine, so I'm going to continue using it until the day that it fully breaks. First thing that always comes with me is a travel pillow. This one I got from Primark. I have used it now for the past couple of contracts and it well and truly is my saving grace. I don't understand how I ever travelled long haul flights without a travel pillow, but it is my pride and joy. I just keep it attached to my backpack and it stays on the outside. It is a little bit of a faff, but I would rather take this than not have it, and it's too bulky to fit inside the bag. This is another thing that doesn't go inside my bag, but I use it to travel with, and it is just my bum bag. I use this when I'm on board as well. It's a bag that I go to if I'm ever getting off the ship. If I take one, it's always this one. I have used this for the last couple of contracts. I use it everywhere that I go. When I'm traveling, I will put anything that I need like quick access to, so I'll put like my bank card, my passport and my phone in here when I'm walking around, and then I have everything easy to access rather than me taking on and off a backpack throughout the whole entire time. The next thing that is quite important that I take with me, and I will always have this on hand and my carry-on, is my documents. So I just put anything that I need in here, and then I have like certificates and documents and stuff that I keep in a polly pocket. So this is obviously something that I need to bring with me wherever I am going to work, so it's important, and it obviously is important that I put it in my carry-on. That, truthfully, I believe is everything that I'll be taking with me for this contract. It is a lot. It has been a lengthy video. I do apologise, but there's a lot of stuff that I need to run through, so it's well and sure to take its time. I have everything pretty much packed up. I have my travel outfit in a packing cube ready to go for when I leave, and I cannot believe I have everything pretty much ready. It's just carry-on stuff that I need to put in, which is usually a kind of day before thing anyway. And I cannot believe it is nearly time for me to go back. It feels crazy. It has been a very lengthy video, so thank you so much for sticking around. I appreciate you for watching. If you're interested in the upcoming adventures or want to take a look at any of my previous videos, please feel free to check out the channel, click the subscribe button and turn on your post notifications as well. And yeah, just thank you. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you all real soon. Bye!